Welcome to the Moshe Rabbeinu podcast for Parshas Beshalach. Join us as we explore the weekly Parsha, uncovering valuable insights and striving to become the best versions of ourselves through Musar teachings. Picture the scene. After generations of slavery, Bnei Yisrael are finally leaving Egypt. The entire nation is focused on one thing: gathering the wealth of Egypt, taking the spoils from their former oppressors. Hundreds of thousands of people are running from house to house, collecting gold, silver, and precious items. The excitement is palpable. Freedom has arrived, and with it, unimaginable wealth. However, one man is doing something completely different. While everyone else is enriching themselves, Moshe Rabbeinu is on a different mission entirely. He is searching for something far more valuable than gold or silver. He is looking for the coffin of Yosef HaTzaddik. The pasuk tells us the following: vayikach Moshe es atzmos Yosef imo ki hishbeya es Bnei Yisrael lemor b'kod yifkod Elokim eschem va'alisem es atzmos hamizeh itchem. And Yosef took the bones of Yosef with him, for he had made Bnei Yisrael swear, saying, Hashem will surely remember you, and you shall carry up my bones from here with you. Here's something that's fascinating, though. Onkelos doesn't translate the word vayikach as we would normally expect, as took. Instead, he translates it as brought up. Why would Onkelos change the meaning of this word? Rabbi Yeshua David Portowitz Shlita points us to the Nesina Lager, who explains this with a mechilta. The mechilta tells us that Moshe actually brought up Yosef's coffin from the Nile River. To understand what happened, we need to look at the Gemara in Sota, Daf Yud Gimel Amud Aleph. There, we find a remarkable conversation between Moshe and Sarah. Sarah, who had lived through multiple generations, explained to Moshe what happened after Yosef's death. The Egyptians simply didn't bury Yosef. They placed his body in a metal coffin and hid it in the Nile. Their reasoning? They believed that Yosef's presence would continue to bring a blessing to the Nile even in death. While the entire nation was busy collecting material wealth from the Egyptians, Moshe stood at the edge of the Nile River. He called out to the coffin, and miraculously it floated up to the surface. Moshe retrieved it, and Bnei Yisrael left Mitzrayim. The Gemara in Pesachim, Daf Kuf Yud Tes Amud Aleph, highlights this remarkable contrast. While Moshe was retrieving the coffin of Yosef, the rest of Bnei Yisrael were taking booty from their Egyptian neighbors. The Maharsha there explains that Moshe made a calculation. He weighed the loss of a mitzvah against its gain. He understood something profound. He could chase after the fleeting pleasures and material wealth of this world, or he could prepare himself for the world to come, which is eternal. Moshe chose eternity over the temporary. Think about what this teaches us, that in a moment, no one would have criticized Moshe for joining the rest of the nation in gathering wealth. He had spent years in Paro's palace, then decades in exile. He had earned the right to some material comfort. The entire nation was doing it. It was completely legitimate. Moshe saw beyond the immediate moment. He recognized an opportunity to perform a mitzvah, to fulfill Yosef's dying wish, to honor a tzaddik, to demonstrate hakaras hatov, gratitude, to the one who had sustained the Jewish people in Mitzrayim. He didn't just choose to do it eventually. He acted with zerizus, with an alacrity, with enthusiasm, with immediacy. While others were running to collect gold, Moshe was running to fulfill a mitzvah. The concept of zerizus, acting with alacrity when it comes to mitzvos, is one of the fundamental principles of spiritual growth. It's not enough to eventually do the right thing. The way we approach mitzvos, the enthusiasm we bring to them, the priority we give them, all of this matters tremendously. How often do we find ourselves in situations where we could do a mitzvah, but we delay? I'll learn Torah later, after I finish this project. Or, I'll help that person, but first let me take care of my own needs. Or, I'll daven with more kavanah tomorrow. Today, I'm just too rushed. Moshe teaches us otherwise. Even in the chaos of the Exodus, even when surrounded by unimaginable wealth for the taking, he prioritized the mitzvah. He acted immediately with full attention and dedication. There is even a deeper lesson here. The Maharsha says that Moshe was preparing for the eternal world rather than focusing on the temporary pleasures of this world. What does that mean to us on a practical level? It means that Moshe understood something we often forget. Every mitzvah we perform, every moment we dedicate to spiritual growth, every act of chesed or Torah study or tefillah, these create eternal realities that transcend our physical existence. The gold and silver that Bnei Yisrael collected eventually got used up, lost, or passed on to others. The merit of Moshe's actions, bringing up Yosef's coffin, honoring a tzaddik, fulfilling a mitzvah with zerizus that created an eternal impact that reverberates through all generations. This week, let's all identify one mitzvah opportunity in our lives where we tend to delay or procrastinate. Maybe it's learning Torah at a specific time. Maybe it's a chesed we know we should do but keep putting off. Maybe it's a conversation we need to have, a call we need to make, or a practice we need to establish. Whatever it is, this week, let's approach it with zerizus. Let's not wait for the perfect moment. Let's not have other priorities, even legitimate ones, push it aside. Let's act with the same alacrity that Moshe showed when everyone around him was focused on something else entirely. Remember, the true measure of our spiritual growth isn't just what mitzvos we do, but how we do them. Do we approach them with enthusiasm and immediacy, or do we treat them as obligations to check off a list? Moshe Rabbeinu, the greatest leader of the Jewish people, chose to be someone who acts with zerizus when it comes to mitzvos. We can make that same choice. This has been the Musar Torah podcast. Until next time, may we all merit to approach our mitzvos with the enthusiasm and alacrity they deserve, recognizing that every spiritual action we take creates eternal realities that transcend this temporary world. Have a good Shabbos.